Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Nityananda Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jai Mudire. Hello, Shri Radhe Golokananda Bhagwan ki Jai. Hello, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prem sir. Hare Krishna, Rina ji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Right, so yesterday we started reading Adhyay 4th, and so Adhyay 4th is about how Hiraṇyakaśipu does the tapasya, then he gets this all benediction from Lord Brahma himself, and then now he's so powerful that he's ruling all the loks, yeah, and including Devlok. So that's what we are reading right now, like how he becomes so powerful and then how he's ruling everything. And so we are reading Shlok 14th yesterday, where he's saying, "O Maharaj Yudhishthir, descendant of Pandu, by dint of his personal power, Hiraṇyakaśipu, being situated on the throne of King Indra, controlled the inhabitants of all the other planets. The two Gandharvas, Visvavasu and Tumburu, I myself, and the Vidyadharas, Apsaras, and sages all offered prayers to him again and again just to glorify him." And who is saying this right now?
Narad Muni.
Narad Muni, yeah, he's giving answer to Maharaj Yudhishthir, right? So he's addressing Maharaj Yudhishthir. This is what Hiraṇyakaśipu is doing right now. We'll start in Shlok 15, Anilji.
Saev varnashrami kratuvirbhuridakshine ijyamano havirbhagana grahita swena tejasa. Being worshipped by sacrifices offered with great gifts by those who strictly followed the principles of Varna and Ashram. Hiraṇyakaśipu, instead of offering shares of the oblations to the demigods, accepted them himself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So even in the Havan, he started taking oblations for himself. Ajay?
अकृष्टपचया तस्यासीत् सप्तद्वीपवती मही तथा कामदुघा गावो नानाश्चर्यं padam nabha. As if in the fear of Hiraṇyakaśipu, the planet Earth, which consists of 7 islands, delivered food grains without being plowed. Thus it resembled cows like Surabhi of the spiritual world or the Kamdugha of heaven. The earth yielded sufficient food grains, the cows supplied abundant milk, and outer space was beautifully decorated with wonderful phenomena. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Saptadvip, that's how the earth is. All right, the 7 islands. Mahi is the earth, and it delivered food grains without being plowed. Yeah, and of course we read Kam Dhuga Gau Ascharya Padam Nabhay, right? The outer space was beautifully decorated. Hare Krishna, Sachin.
Hare Krishna. Ratnakarascha Ratno Kastat Tatpatnya Shchohu Urumirbihi Shar Si Sidhu Gruta Kshaudra Dadhi Shiramruto Dakaha. By the flowing of their waves, the various oceans of the universe, along with their tributaries, the rivers, which are compared to their wives, supplied various kinds of gems and jewels for Hiraṇyakashipu's use. These oceans were the oceans of salt water, sugarcane juice, wine, clarified butter, milk, yogurt, and sweet water. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So of course all the Ratna, and then the oceans were of Kshar, yeah. Sidhu, then Grit is ghee, yeah. Dahi, Dahi, yeah, and Amritodaka, right? Amrito is the sweet water. So those were the oceans. Nice purport. Studied this, Prem sir.
The water of the seas and the oceans of this planet, of which we have experience, are salty. But other planets within the universe contain oceans of sugarcane juice, liquor, ghee, milk, and sweet water. The rivers are figuratively described as wives of the oceans and seas because they glide down to the oceans and seas as tributaries, like the wives attached to their husbands. Modern scientists attempt excursions to other planets, but they have no information of how many different types of oceans and seas there are within the universe. According to their experience, the moon is full of dust, but this does not explain how it gives us soothing rays from a distance of millions of miles. As far as we are concerned, we follow the authority of Vyasadeva and Sukadeva Goswami, who have described the universal situation according to the Vedic literature. These authorities differ from modern scientists who conclude from their imperfect sensual experience that only this planet is inhabited by living beings, whereas the other planets are all vacant or full of dust. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the important thing to note is that there are oceans of sugarcane juice, ghee, milk, sweet water, all that, right? Reenaji?
शैलाद्रोणी वीरा क्रीडम सर्वऋतुषु गुणान् द्रुमा तधार लोकपालानमेक एव पृथक् गुणान्. The valleys between the mountains became fields of pleasure for Hiraṇyakashipu, by whose influence all the trees and plants produced fruits and flowers profusely in all seasons. The qualities of pouring water, drying, and burning, which are all qualities of the three departmental heads of the universe, namely Indra, Vayu, and Agni, were all directed by Hiraṇyakashipu alone, without assistance from the demigods. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So this is what Narad Muni is explaining to Maharaj Yudhishthira, that this is how powerful Hiraṇyakashipu became. So after doing all these thousands of years of tapasya, right? And who gave him the benediction?
Lord Brahma.
Lord Brahma. Yeah. So Lord Brahma came and Lord Brahma gave him the benediction over whatever he wanted. And so he wanted all this and he got all the benediction. And after getting the benediction, that's what Narad Muni is explaining, that how he was ruling everything, right? So that's what we are reading right now. Anilji?
Saitam Nirjita Kubekara Vishyan Priyan Yathopajosham Bhujjano Natrapya the Jitendriya. In spite of achieving the power to control in all directions, and in spite of enjoying all types of dear sense gratification as much as possible, Hiraṇyakashipu was dissatisfied because instead of controlling his senses, he remained their servant. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So very important thing what is mentioned here is that Hiraṇyakashipu, like we saw, he got everything, right? He was even sitting on Lord Indra's throne, right? Still he was dissatisfied. And the reason for dissatisfaction, right, is because ना तृप्ति, नो तृप्ति नहीं होती, right? कितना भी मिल जाए, तृप्ति नहीं है. So Jitendriya, Ajitendriya, and he could not control his senses. He remained servant to his senses. So, in spite of achieving the power, yeah, he was dissatisfied, is what is being mentioned. Hare Krishna, Mayur?
I think he said he's driving.
Oh, she's driving.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Krishna, yeah, nice to see you. Hello, Hare Krishna, Nisha.
Hare Krishna. This is an example of ashrik life. Atheists can advance materially and create an extremely comfortable situation for the senses, but because they are controlled by the senses, they cannot be satisfied. This is the effect of modern civilization. Materialists are very much advanced in enjoying money and women, yet dissatisfaction prevailed within human society because human society cannot be happy and peaceful without Krishna consciousness. As far as material senses gratification is concerned, materialists may go on increasing their enjoyment as far as they can imagine, but because people in such a material condition are servants of these senses, they cannot be satisfied. Hiraṇyakaśipu was a vivid example of the dissatisfied state of humanity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. Ajay?
एवमेश्वर मत्स्य दृप्तस्यो स्त्रवर्तिनः कालो महान् व्यतीयाय ब्रह्मशापमुपेयेषु. Hiraṇyakashipu thus passed a long time being very much proud of his opulence and transgressing the laws and regulations mentioned in the authoritative Shastras. He was therefore subjected to a curse by 4 Kumaras, who were great Brahmans. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. What he mentioned, right? Yeah, Prem sir?
One should understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. Bhagavad Gita 16.24. One should act according to the directions of the Shastra, that the material energy is so powerful that as soon as one becomes materially opulent, he begins to transgress the Shastric laws. As soon as one transgresses the laws of Shastra, he immediately enters upon the path of destruction. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So I think a lot of time the question comes, what is right and what is wrong and all those things, right? The point is one should act according to the direction of the Shastra. And also many times we have seen when people become too powerful or too rich or whatever, they become materially opulent and then they start ignoring even the basic fundamental religion, right? So, Reenaji?
तस्योग्रदण्डसंविघ्ना सर्वे लोकाः सपालकाः अन्यत्र शरणं ययुरच्युतम्. Everyone, including the rulers of the various planets, was extremely distressed because of the severe punishment inflicted upon them by Hiraṇyakashipu. Fearful and disturbed, unable to find any other shelter, they at last surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So at last they go to Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Says Sharanam Yayu Achyutam. And Sachin?
तस्यै नमोस्तु काष्ठायै यत्रात्मा हरिहरीश्वरः यद्गत्वा न निर्वर्तन्ते शान्ताः सन्न्यासिनो अमलाः इति ते संयतात्मानः समाहित धियो अमलाः उपत ऋषिकेशं विनिद्रा वायुभोजनाः. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the direction where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated, where those purified souls in the renounced order of life, the great saintly persons, go, and from which, having gone, they never return. Without sleep, fully controlling their minds and living on only their breath, the predominating deities of the various planets began worshipping Rishikesh with this meditation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So everyone started offering, worshipping Rishikesh or Lord Vishnu. Yeah. Rishikesham Vinidra Vayu Bhojana Hai. So they all started glorifying Lord Vishnu. So this purpose, Anilji?
The two words tasai kasya kasthaya are very significant. Everywhere, in every direction, in every heart, and in every atom, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in His features as Brahman and Paramatma. Then what is the purpose of saying tasai kasthaya in that direction where Hari is situated? During Hiraṇyakāśipu's time, his influence was everywhere, but he could not force his influence into the places where the Supreme Personality of Godhead had his pastimes. For example, on this earth, there are such places as Vrindavan and Ayodhya, which are called dhams. In the dhams, there is no influence from Kali Yuga or any demon. If one takes shelter of such dham, worship of the Lord becomes very easy, and resultant spiritual advancement quickly takes place. In fact, in India, one may still go to Vrindavan and similar places to achieve the results of spiritual activities quickly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So those places are so advanced spiritually. Also, a lot of Mahatmas and Sadhus, they do so much tapasya in those places, right? Vrindavan, Rishikesh, Badrinath, Kedarnath, right? Ayodhya, that those places are already Kashi, right? Are spiritually vibrant. And so if someone goes there and does more devotional service there, yeah, then they will get the results of spiritual activities much more quickly. Ajay?
तेषामा विद्राणि अरूपा मेघनिस्वना सन्नादयन्ति कुकुभः साधूनां भयकरी. Then there is spread before them a transcendental sound, vibrations emanating from personality not visible to material eyes. The voice was as grave as the sound of a cloud, and it was very encouraging, driving away all the fear. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Meghani Svana, right? The sound of a cloud, right? That sound emanates. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Mahabest Vibhuddh Shrestha Sarvesha Bhadmastuva Maddarshanam Hi Bhutanam Sarv Shreyo Papyate Gyat Metasya Dauramyam Datyapasdasya Yata Tasya Shanti Karishyami Kalam Tav Pratikshata. The voice of the Lord vibrated as follows: O best of learned persons, do not fear. I wish all good fortune to you. Become my devotees by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers, for these are certainly meant to award benedictions to all living entities. I know all about the activities of Hiraṇyakaśipu and shall surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So when they all start praying to Lord Vishnu, yeah, that's when Lord Vishnu is saying, right? Shantim Karishyami Kalam Tatvat Pratikshate. Kalam Pratikshate. Yani you wait for the right time, yeah, and he knows everything about the Hiraṇyakaśipu, and he is going to surely stop them very soon. And it's a nice purport. Mayur, can you read now? for?
She said they're driving. Not sure.
Driving. Reena ji?
Sometimes people are very much eager to see God. In considering the word Maldarshanam, seeing me, which is mentioned in this verse, one should note that in Bhagavad Gita the Lord says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. In other words, the ability to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or to see Him or talk with Him depends on one's advancement in devotional service, which is called bhakti. In bhakti, there are 9 different activities. Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pad Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, sorry. Because all these devotional activities are absolute, there is no fundamental difference between worshipping the deity in the temple, seeing him and chanting his glories. Indeed, all of these are ways of seeing him, for everything done in devotional service is a means of direct contact with the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so this is how the bhakti is explained. And we have seen this again and again, right? Like, how do you surrender to the Lord? Is by doing devotional service. To getting engaged in bhakti. And how do you do bhakti? Are these 9 different ways one can do bhakti, right? So Shavanam, yeah, like hearing the katha and glories of Lord and his devotees. Kirtanam, right? Chanting. Vishnu Shmaranam, Pad Sevanam, right? Doing the seva of Lord Vishnu's feet, like Archanam. So also in the deities, yeah, that's how we can go and do the worshipping of Lord directly, is even worshipping the deity in the temple. Yeah, because the deities have the pran pratishtha done. So that's how we can at least go and do the darshan, right? That's the only way, because we cannot otherwise see him directly till you are spiritually much advanced, right? So those are all different ways of chanting his glories and doing the devotional service. But what is being mentioned is indeed all of these are ways of seeing him. For everything done in devotional service is a means of direct contact with the Lord. Yeah. Sachin?
The vibration of Lord's voice appeared in the presence of all the devotees, and although the person vibrating the sound was unseen to them, they were meeting or seeing the Lord because they were offering prayers and because the vibration of the Lord was present. Contrary to the laws of the material world, there is no difference between seeing the Lord, offering prayers, and hearing the transcendental vibration. Pure devotees, therefore, are fully satisfied by glorifying the Lord. Such glorification is called kirtana. Performing kirtana and hearing the vibration of the sound, Hare Krishna, is actually seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. One must realize this position, and then one will be able to understand the absolute nature of the Lord's activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, what is being mentioned is the God is absolute, right? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is absolute. Yeah, and what does absolute means is there is no difference between his name and himself, right? So that's why hearing the vibration of the sound is also like a direct contact of and direct darshan of Lord Krishna, is what is being mentioned here. Nisha?
यदा देवेषु वेदेषु गोषु विप्रेषु साधुषु धर्मे मयि च विद्वेषः स वा आशु विनश्यति. When one is envious of the demigods who represent the Supreme Personality of Godhead of the Vedas, which give all knowledge of the cows, Brahmins, Vaishnavas, and religious principles, and ultimately of me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he and his civilization will be vanquished without delay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. निर्वीराय प्रशांताय स्वसुताय महात्मने प्रहलादाय यदा दुःख तद्निश्चय अपि वरोर्जितम्. When Hiraṇyakaśipu teaches the great devotee Prahlad, his own son, who is peaceful and sober and who has no enemy, I shall kill Hiraṇyakaśipu immediately, despite the benedictions of Brahma. So who is saying this right now?
Lord Vishnu.
Lord
Lord
Vishnu. Yeah, everyone has been praying to Lord Vishnu, and now Lord Vishnu is doing this Akashvani, right? Anilji?
Shri Narada Vacha Ityukta Lokaguruna Tam Pranamya Devakasah Nevartanta Gatodvega Menire Chasuram Hatam. The great saint Narad Muni continued, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of everyone, thus reassured all the demigods living in the heavenly planets, they offered their respectful obeisances unto him and returned, confident that the demon Hiraṇyakaśipu was now practically dead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Narad Muni is then telling Maharaj Yudhishthira and everyone that Hiranyakashipu's time is getting over. See, correct. Ajay?
तस्य दैत्यपते पुत्राश्चत्वार परमा अद्भुताः प्रहादो अन्वभून्महांस्तेषां गुणै महर्दुपासका. Hiranyakashipu had 4 wonderful, well-qualified sons, of whom one named Prahlad was the best. Indeed, Prahlad was a reservoir of all transcendental qualities because he was an unalloyed devotee of personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Hiranyakashipu has Chatvara, like 4 sons, Putra, yeah, 4 Putras, and Prahlad, out of them, had all the Gune Upasaka, right? Because he was devotee of the personality of Godhead. So he had all the transcendental qualities. Yeah. The perfect Prem.
Yes, the Bhaktir Bhagavate Akinchana Sarver Gunais Tatra Samsatesura. The one who has unflinching devotional faith in Krishna, all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently manifest. This is Bhagavat 5:18-12. Prahlad Maharaj is praised herein for having all good qualities because of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, a pure devotee who has no motives has all good qualities, material and spiritual. If one is spiritually advanced, being a staunch liberal devotee of the Lord, all good qualities are manifest in his body. On the other hand, Arav Abhay Katsya Kuto Mahadguna. If one is not a devotee, even if he has some materially good qualities, they have no value. That is the verdict of the Vedas.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so this sentence is from the Bhagavatam, Canto 5th, 18th chapter and 12th shloka. Yeah, which says, if in one who has unflinching devotional faith in Krishna, all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently manifest, right? You start seeing the similar good qualities. That's why you say big sadhu son who are totally devoted in Krishna consciousness. You start seeing the similar qualities. And on the other hand, what it says is, if one is not a devotee and if then they are materially good qualities, yeah, materialistically well-to-do, they have no value, and that is the verdict of the Vedas. Yeah, is what is being mentioned here. Rinaji?
ब्रह्मण्यशील संपन्नः सत्यसन्धो जितेन्द्रियः आत्मवत्सर्वभूतानामेक प्रिय सुहृतम् दास वत्सन्नतार्या पितृवद्दीन वत्सलः भ्रातृवत्सदृशे स्निग्धो गुरुश्रीश्वर भावनः विद्यार्थ रूप जन्माढ्यो मानस्तंभ विवर्जितः. The qualities of Maharaj Prahlad, the son of Hiraṇyakaśipu, are described herewith. He was completely cultured as a qualified Brahman, having very good character and being determined to understand the absolute truth. He had full control of his senses and mind. Like the super soul, he was kind to every living entity and was the best friend of everyone. To respectable persons, he acted exactly like a menial servant. To the poor, he was like a father. To his equals, he was attached like a sympathetic brother. And he considered his teachers, spiritual masters, and older god brothers to be as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was completely free from unnatural pride that might have arisen from his good education, riches, beauty, aristocracy, and so on. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Narad Muni is describing all the qualities of Prahlad Maharaj, like Shil Sampanna, Satya Sandho, Jitendriya, yeah, Atma Vats Sarva Bhutanam, and Priya Swetam, right? Like that is describing qualities of Bhakt Prahlad. And nice purport. So let's read this. Sachin.
Need to start. These are some of the qualifications of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana because a Vaishnava has all the good qualities of a Brahmana. Samo damas tapaha saucham shantir arjavam evacha jnanam vijnanam ashtikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmanas work. Bhagavad Gita 18.42. These qualities are manifest in the body of a Vaishnava. Therefore, a perfect Vaishnava is also a perfect Brahmana. As indicated here by the words, Brahmanya Shila Sampanna. A Vaishnava is always determined to understand the absolute truth, and to understand the absolute truth, one needs to have full control over his senses and mind. Prahlad Maharaj possessed all these qualities. A Vaishnava is always a well-wisher to everyone. The 6 Goswamis, for example, are described in this way. Dhiryadhira Jana Priyav. They were popular with both the gentle and the ruffians. A Vaishnava must be equal to everyone, regardless of one's position. Atmavata. A Vaishnava should be like Paramatma, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam, they say Arjuna Tishtati. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Jyoti.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, will you read?
Yeah. Paramatma does not hate anyone. Indeed, he is in the heart of a Brahmana. But he is also even in the heart of a pig. As the moon refuses to distribute its pleasing rays even at home of a Chandala, Vaishnava never refuses to act for everyone's welfare. Therefore, a Vaishnava is always obedient to the spiritual master, Arya. The word Arya refers to one who is advanced in knowledge. One who is deficient in knowledge cannot be called Arya. At the present, however, the word Arya is used to refer to those who are godless. This is unfortunate situation of Kali Yuga. The word Guru refers to the spiritual master who initiates his discipline into advancement in the science of Krishna or Krishna consciousness, as stated by Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, Sri Bhagavan Mantropadeshaka Gaurav Vidya Artaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. I mean, what is mentioned here is, the word Arya is supposed to be for the people who are advanced in knowledge. But unfortunately, in today's world, Arya is used to refer to some who doesn't believe in God. So which is an unfortunate situation in Kali Yuga is what is mentioned here. Nisha?
नोद्विग्न चित्तो व्यसनेषु निस्पृह श्रुतेषु दृष्टेषु गुणेषु वस्तुदृक् दान्तेन्द्रिय प्राणशरीरधिय सदा प्रशान्तकामो रहितासुरो असुरः. Although Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of Asuras. He himself was not an Asur, but a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Unlike the other Asuras, he was never envious of Vaishnavas. He was not agitated when into danger, or he was neither directly or indirectly interested in the fruitive activities described in the Vedas. Indeed, he considered everything material to be useless, and therefore he was completely devoid of material desires. He always controlled his senses and life air, and being of steady intelligence and determination, he subdued all lusty desires. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So you can see Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee, right? From this verse, we discover that a man is not qualified or disqualified simply by birth. Yeah, Prahlad Maharaj was an Asur by birth, yet he possessed all the qualities of a perfect Brahman. Yeah, Brahmanya Sila Sampanna hai. Anyone can become a fully qualified Brahman under the direction of a spiritual master. Prahlad Maharaj provided a vivid example of how to think of the spiritual master and accept his direction calmly. Yeah. So most important thing which is mentioned here is not qualified or disqualified simply by birth. It doesn't matter which family one is born in, right? Vaishnava, Brahman, Kshatriya, whatever. But based on the qualities which are possessed, based on the karmas which are done, one can be a Brahman, one can be a Vaishnava. Yeah. So we are going to pause here and Krishna. So first of all, thank you to everyone, because we almost completed 450 sessions of Srimad Bhagavatam last week. Sorry, not last week, yesterday. So we have done 450 satsang of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is great. And we are almost halfway through. We are on 7th canto now. 7th iskan. There are total, how many total cantos are there?
12.
12, right? So we are more than halfway through. So that's really great. Thank you so much. And we will hear Hare Krishna tune as recommended by Ajay from Vinod Agrawal, Vinodji Agrawal. Very beautiful Hare Krishna Kirtan. I will hear it for 7 to 8 minutes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai God, Hari Bol! Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Metagenics soothes vaginal and urinary tract discomfort.
All right, we'll pause here since the advertise has come. So nice kirtan. It's almost an hour kirtan by Vinodji Agrawal. And as Ajay hears during jogging, we can hear while driving, I guess. It's so nice, and nice to continue our 451st session today. And we'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.